and dating white women more than ever. And here's my quick response. No stress, no drama, more support.
First of all, you little colon acres need to stop attempting to judge black women.
What? No drug dealer. We don't want no scammer. Just like, there's other ways to show your masculinity without having to be like, doing the most.
I am worthy of that, so I deserve to receive that. I don't want to do it alone anymore.
Like my man, and I'm here to tell you, girl, just share him.
He's going to have less effort, less emotion, less engagement. And none of this is because he doesn't care. He just knows that arguing ain't going to change a thing. The man just doesn't leave a relationship overnight. He ain't explaining himself. He just gonna go quiet. The shock that women have when their man finally walk out the door, most of the time a man will tell you, but you weren't trying to listen. A man just doesn't leave a relationship overnight. He ain't explaining himself. He just gonna go quiet. Men give us so many chances. We are so focused on ourselves that we don't even hear them. So here are 5 reasons that men have specifically told me of why they leave relationships. Number 1, a man gets tired of feeling unheard. He will bring things up to that woman about respect, communication, effort, and when nothing changes, he just stops repeating himself. Number 2, a man gets tired of explaining the same thing. At first, he's gonna talk, he's gonna repeat himself, but when he realizes that nothing he's saying is being taken seriously, he gonna stop talking and he gonna go mute. Number 3, he starts adjusting instead of arguing. Ain't no man gonna argue with no woman. Period. He's going to have less effort, less emotion, less engagement. And none of this is because he doesn't care. He just knows that arguing ain't going to change a thing. Number 4, he's going to mentally check out before he physically leaves. Yep, he's still there physically in the house, but he is not present. The realization of that is that the connection is gone. And most women do not notice it until it's too late. Number 5, he realizes his peace is more important rather than staying where he is not wanted. No tension, no stress, no continuous explaining, just pure peace. And once a man feels that, it ain't no going back. This is the part that women do not realize nor talk about. He did not leave all of a sudden. He left slowly, right in front of your face.
You know what's the weird thing is females don't realize the ins and outs of what they do, right? That's why it kind of comes across like I make so many videos about the same topic. But what it is I dig into the layers, right? Because there's layers to this. And a lot of times, females, they won't see them. They're blind to it. Why? Because they're used to having everything their way. And you can tell in their arguments, the things they say, they think they slump men when they say certain things. I'm going to get into one of those now. Watch this.
Dating Latinas and dating white women more than ever. And here's my quick response. No stress, no drama, more support. And it's that simple. When we walk out the house every day as black men, it's a high probability that we might not make it home. So the last thing we want to do is come back home to an argument, to a bunch of stress, and a bunch of unnecessary drama. And it's that simple. Is this an attack on black women? No. I love my black queens. I love my black.
First of all, you little colon acres need to stop attempting to judge black women based on European femininity standards.
Wow.
Since we all know that we birthed all. I mean, what if we...
All right, I got to address every single thing she says, right? Because I have to break it down. There's layers to it. Philip, what did she say? European beauty standards? Did he say anything about European beauty standards? He talked about peace, not European beauty standards. Had to correct that because she's going to go on to keep layering things, right? They layer things they don't believe is allowed. Let's continue.
He started holding you to European masculinity standards. I mean, what if we started expecting you to make things like laws or own things like land?
All right. So she's talking about things that are most likely not going to happen, right? Because she's setting the bar too high. All men are doing are asking females to be feminine. That's not owning land. Like, that's like a man saying, I need a girl to own some land. Men are actually asking for you females to own your own hair. This is the problem. Let it continue. She's going to do another one. Watch this.
Or govern things like countries? Or what about free things like yourself or us? If you're gonna tell the story, tell the whole story.
All right, so I'm going to tell the whole story. How can we free you when you don't get on the program? Now, this is coming from a brother that's married, right? That's married to a female who got on his program. You ladies don't get on the program. I need a man doing this and doing that. And I have to break it down like this because I have to break down every single thing. Also, for you guys that are saying, hey, Jay, videos get copyrighted because of this. Actually, I was copyrighted recently and I have to wait for that copyright to be removed. And the reason why I was copyrighted because I didn't make her video my own.
Tell the people how, when you date and marry out, that you, one, turn them into single mothers at a higher rate than even black women.
All right. So now turn them into single mothers at a higher rate than black females. You understand a lot of you females date the same men, right? If you won't talk to men because a lot of you aren't. And the men are talking to you, I say it all the time. I feel like a broken record. But if you watch me, you'll understand what this is all about, right? What's happening is they're dealing with the same guys that may be causing you ladies conflict when you say, I'm going celibate. I'm going celibate. But let's continue.
And when you do finally decide to marry them, that you have a 200% higher divorce rate than any coupling. In fact, black men have the highest divorce rate of anyone. So I suppose that since most of those divorces are initiated by the women, that at some point they realize that the grass isn't greener on the darker side of the fence. Let me give you some high probabilities for black women when they walk through your doors. 60% of all black women and girls are raped or molested before the age of 18
Feminist propaganda.
by black men. Black women are killed by domestic partners 3 times that of
And who is doing all of this? Pookie!
any other race of women by black men. And 60% of all new HIV cases
I'm gonna
in
address that
black
later.
women are from their husbands and boyfriends.
I'm gonna address that.
Not from casual sex. And since we know that black women date out at only a rate of about 4%, almost all of those cases are from y'all.
I'm gonna address that.
This is your idea of love for black queens. Let me speak for the collective and say it's a hard pass.
We do not care.
But you, sir, don't have any queens because you are not a king. You are a colonized pawn in the game of patriarchy, doing the clear man's bidding by spreading stereotypical tropes about black women based on their standards. Bless your heart.
She thinks she cooks. She thinks she's cooking with grit grease and hot fire. I won't say that about her. She probably doesn't eat like that. I can tell from looking at her. She doesn't eat pork. I don't know why. I can tell because she's not, fat, wide, and all outside. So I won't say that. You're cooking with fish grease, but you got no fish grease, right? She looks like a vegan. She cooking with water. She's making beans, but it's not hot. You didn't heat up the pan, so the beans are not going to be made right. You're eating dry beans. But let me get into this next video because I'm going to break all of this down.
Highest divorce rates with marriages with any race of women. So we married to black women, we have the highest divorce rates. White women, highest divorce rates, so on and so forth. What's your take on that? Because what I know about simple math and algebra is the common denominator is the thing that I need to solve for. What's your take on that? I'm just interested to hear what you think about that.
Well, what I would say to that, I'm not familiar with the statistics overall. Okay. I am familiar with the interracial, that is to say, black male, white female, very high divorce rate. Given our history where black men were, hung just on the mere suspicion of looking at a white woman, that's no surprise. There's a really good book called Miss Ann Up in Harlem that talks about this. Excellent read. I can't remember the name of the author right now, but it's an excellently written book, talks about this. I would just point out the fact that, there are more married black men than married black women. When polled, about roughly half of black America's single childless and middle class black men express a desire to be married. That tracks with our own internal Black Manosphere Conclave in-house survey data as of last year. Okay. Over 70% of black men expressed a desire to be married or in a long-term relationship. Mm-hmm. More so than black women, single childless and middle-class black women are asked, do they desire to be married or in a relationship? Only 25% indicated that they did. There are more married black men than black women, even though there are more black women overall than black men.
Somebody's not being accountable. So I love the fact that these black men are on this platform questioning other black men and pulling up statistics, because we always see that the statistics are pulling up about black women, how many black women are single moms and how many children black women have by different men and all of these things. But what's not talked about enough is black men. How many children do black men have by different women? And it don't have to just be black women. How many broken homes have they created? How many black men have actually been married? And how many single black men have never been married? And how old are they? Because those are the ones that be tussling in the comment section, making up excuses as to why they've never been married. But then you get asked the question of, why is it that the divorce rate is high with black men no matter what race you marry? Because now it ain't just about black women. It's about Asian women, Indian women, white women, Caucasian women, Hispanic women, Melanesian, all of that. Whoever y'all are out here marrying that is not in your race, you're still getting divorced. And we know that statistics will show that most women will file divorce first. So the common denominator is clearly black men.
But the fish is not sizzling, right? You can't cook fish with bean water. That's what's happening. They're trying to sizzle that fish and make that fried chicken. They're trying to make an 8-piece for a family dinner, right? And fried chicken with bean water, it's not going to happen. It's so soggy. They think they cooking. They're like, yeah, the girls are championing me. Why? Look at it. Look at it. This is what they're getting. This is the comments. Never answers original question, because everyone is the problem except them. They never sit and ask, what is wrong with me that I can change, instead of expecting people to just deal with it. 189 likes. What did he say? He said a whole lot of nothing. I'll tell you what happened. The brother this happens to a lot of brothers. He got caught up in statistics in books and forgot certain statistics that explain the problem. Because it's not just black females, actually. It's all modern women, right? I'm going to show that next step. But first, I want to show this. But actually, I'm going to go to that. I'm going to show it right now. And the wild thing is, it won't be me showing the statistics. I'm going to show a black female showing what's wrong. Why these ladies are getting married. I'm going to answer it real quick. You know, pokies and degenerates get married too, right? If you're waiting for certain guys to talk to you, and most guys don't have the gumption and the gall to talk to you.
When I seen this message, I cannot confirm the statistics, but I will let you know personally, for me as a woman, I had poor choices in men when I was younger. I only chose to date the men that every woman wanted. Whether it may be because he had swag, he looked cool, he dressed nice, he looked nice, he smelled nice, everything that was superficial. Not understanding that if all women want him, then I'm gonna have some competition. And there's a high possibility that I'm gonna get cheated on. Now, when I spoke about my brother, who is not a cheater, when I was younger, I would have never dated a guy like him because I would have looked at him as lame or boring or too religious, too godly. Not understanding that he just had integrity, self-control, and great character. But it really showed how poor my decision-making skills were when it came to dealing with men. So my only tip for ladies is to be open-minded so you can choose somebody that you need and not who you want.
And we all saw that. We saw the problems when they had the what do you call that? Those little things going around where girls were getting caught on certain apps. They had their own app, and they said, "Oh yeah, I'll date this guy. I want this guy. I want that guy." The degeneracy. Men saw it in live action and said, "What's going on here?"
Black men, we need y'all. Like, oh my God, this is getting scary. I'm about to cry. We, like, oh my gosh, please wake up. Like, we don't have a lot to, like, even work with. Like, we don't want no drug dealer. We don't want no scammer. Just, like, there's other ways to show your masculinity without having to be, like, doing the most. I don't want no jailbird. I don't want none of that. Like, where's the normal black men?
They're out here. Now, they are out here. But if they're like me, like a homebody, they're at the house. They are at the house because they don't want to be in the mix of all this chaos. But there are definitely black men out here. I feel like if we do put this together the right way, they will definitely show up and show out. But they're here.
My clips when I was talking about 90% of women want the top 10% of men, which is true. Okay, so the math is not going to work. Okay, and why would the top 10% want you? And I had a comment from a woman who said to that video saying, "Oh, don't listen to her, girls. You deserve the top 10%. Well, my response was, explain to me how the math will work.
Yeah, right.
Then, if not, are you willing to share then? Well, that's why there are women that are willing to be mistresses. Because it's far easier to be the second woman of a rich guy than it is to be an only wife, only woman of a poor guy. I guess back then, you had men marrying multiple wives or concubines. And modern society now, we look down on that and see, oh, that was horrible, archaic, and it's just horrible to women being the mistresses, which is essentially a different version of that.
So that's what's happening. And you find these kind of men in all of society, not just black men. You see, but you ladies, you get danced on a lot. It's sad. You don't see everything. You don't see the entire world. You don't see every black man. Because the black men you're talking about are not most black men. Because the 80% are sleeping with the 20%. What about this middle 60%? What about those guys?
That you like my man, and I'm here to tell you, girl, just share him. Just share him. We can share him. It's not a problem. It's no problem. I share. There's a lot to go around. Women are not understanding that it's okay to share. It doesn't mean he doesn't love you. It doesn't mean he doesn't love me or that we are not enough. He wants to have all the cakes in the world. You love him? Give him the cakes, girl. Just share him. Girl, just share him. It's okay. Why fight? We don't have to fight. We can love him together, honor him, respect him. We love him a long time. It's okay. It's no problem. We can literally live a happy, wealthy, driven, healthy life. Wealthy, healthy, happy. Happy spouse, happy house. Baby. If we could just learn to share women. Just learn to share. He's going to be with her anyways. He likes her anyways. So might as well get with the program. If you love him, it doesn't mean he don't love you, baby. Girl, just share him. Just share him.
And so many girls nowadays, you guys see it all the time on the internet. So many have the same mindset, the same mindset. And then they get on the internet and talk like those two videos did, right? They find any little inkling where a black man messes up and jumps all over him. When men are spitting truth, but they don't want to hear it. So what do they keep doing? Fighting. Because to them, this is a war and I have to win. And it's not a war. This is a slaying. Because all you're doing by trying to fight back, right, in the war, is killing yourself. Like, it's wild because they showed in all the battles when God's army would fight, right? You know what he did? He made sure it wasn't as many fighting and it was only a few men, right? The reason why he did that, so they wouldn't say that it was them that won. It was him. Because he knew how it was. But I don't want to go so deep like that, right? I'm going to bring it back.
First thing you see is Dunkin' Donuts. It's also the first thing you smell. But then the next thing you'll see is a bunch of tall, good-looking men. Because this airport is packed with them. That's all.
It's happening because they're going, black men are doing this. Black men are doing that. Black men are doing this. Black men are doing that. But look at this. This is just not just black women. It's all modern women. So what are men to do? Stay around? Men are addressing the issues, right? But one little thing a black man gets wrong about some data, he doesn't have all the data. Oh yeah, we got him. We got him. Look at him. We got him when you're really the major problem. But I gotta show you guys this. Look at this. I want to go back so bad. She's talking about the airport. I feel like she's talking about me. I don't know. Terminal A is a dream. Yes. Look at this. Newark instead of LaGuardia. Got it. They won't talk about this though. They won't address this, right? Because they refuse to accept accountability. Accountability doesn't exist. That's why black men are done. So you here, I gotta show it again. This female trying to play this brother here, and this female going off on this brother here, right? Facts. I want to go back some bad. What about that? Terminal A is a dream. Yes. Newark instead of LaGuardia? Got it. Got it. Yeah, we got it too. Men got it too. This is why black men are done.
It's about when men found out all it takes is $150 for one night with the woman of your dreams, it completely changed the game. It completely changed the game and changed the whole dating pool. I know dudes that used to want to be a husband and all these kind of things, and now they don't want to go to the gym no more. They don't want to brush their hair. They don't go to church. They don't go nowhere. They don't want to go out. They don't even want to go on dating apps for looking for women. All they want to do is go to work and wait till they check come and take $150 and go find them the woman of their dreams for that night.
This is happening with a lot of men, and it's really gotten this bad. This is an issue. And you're going, wait a minute, why are men like this? Well, men will be men. And when men, this is all men see, this is what men will do. I don't suggest this. I gotta say that. I don't suggest this. I suggest taking a ride out to, but some men are not willing to do that.
I can do it physically alone. I've been doing it, but I don't want to. I don't deserve to.
Then don't.
I am worthy of companionship, of community, of love, of
Go get it.
affection, of support, of someone lifting me up, motivating me, encouraging me. I am worthy of that. So I deserve to receive that. I don't want to do it alone anymore. And I've been crying all day because of it.
First off, her issue is the fact that she thinks she's entitled to these things. That's the problem, number one. Number two, she can't even keep a straight face at the end because she... Dog, look at her. She's pretty. She's a beautiful, nice looking young lady. I promise you. She has a DMs full of guys that'll give her everything that she says she wants. All the things she just listed off in that video, I promise you, she got dudes in her DMs ready to do it all for her, number one. Number two, I'm pretty sure she's had several guys that she's probably dealt with that she's passed on by, thinking and looking for the next best thing. Well, I'm not satisfied. Going up there, what they call it, going up the elevator, going to the next floor, thinking it's infinite floors. You can always find another good guy, a better guy. There's no way in hell that woman hasn't dealt with a decent dude or had opportunity to be with a decent dude. She just can't get the type of dude, her type, to get them to act the way that she wants them to act. That simple, point blank, period. Here, that's just a summary of it. That woman has plenty of options when it comes to men. I promise you, she has no shortage of options when it comes to men. But the ones that she wants, whoever is giving her the lifestyle she thinks she deserves, that's who she can't get to give it to her. Those dudes just run through her and pass her on to the next. See, but if she was to get with a dude that she know would treat her that way, that'd be settling, right? And we know y'all don't like to settle. Hell, that woman alone has more options than the average chick that's watching her videos. That's the crazy part. See, but they keep on, and then they keep on, and then they look up and they're 30, 35, 40, 45 years old, and they looking back at all the guys they passed up that they could have got to give them exactly what they wanted, and they still talking about they just didn't want to settle. And then you get old dusty cat lady, still on the internet, 40 plus years old, talking about men ain't shit, chasing that Disney fairy tale. It just is what it is. Oh yeah, y'all like that retwist? Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, or you get them saying, oh yeah, look at them men, they want it all. No, we don't. Very simple creatures. Like, nah, stop it. Or trying to get out of scenarios, just like I did, right? And also, some of you guys may want to make extra money from what you're making now to be able to get out of certain scenarios. But I will say this. What I do, I teach guys how to hire people for dollars per hour and turn around and make thousands. And a wild thing is I show that within 10 minutes of my consultation. I've been doing this for many years. I even show how Filipinos went from 0 to 3 million in 3 years doing the same exact thing I do, and I'm going to teach you how to do. Like, literally, I can show you how to make hundreds of thousands within 10 minutes, and you go, wow. And that's what guys need, right? And the wild thing about this, it's not a college fee. You don't got to pay $1,000. You don't got to pay even hundreds, right? And I teach this, and my prices are the way they are because I want everyone to be able to afford it. I have this no more than $100. Yes, I'm not exaggerating. No more than $100. And the wild thing, it's not like you don't have to worry about going to college or wasting a bunch of time. In an hour consultation, and also I'll give you a PDF file, not a PDF file, but you guys get what I'm saying, an actual PDF where I can give you information on how to motivate people, keep them motivated, keep them, encouraged to make that money for you. The same thing they do to us in America, I teach you how to do. And I've been doing this. I can even show you. I've been doing this before I started YouTube out here. I was doing this, right? I could literally show you the dates. This is for real. I really make money on the internet. But yeah, guys, definitely reach out to me. I'm willing to help. And that's why I do this, to help out the fellow brethren. You need a helping hand? This is definitely your opportunity. But let's get on to the next one.
Black men are not going to put up with what a lot of these women do, and then the women try to call them controlling. Black men with leadership demand respect. And respect means boundaries. And for a lot of women that are used to chaos, that means that now when a man comes in trying to set boundaries, trying to be like, this is how this is going to go, this is how that's going to go, now a woman will have a problem. And that's not conducive. So I do think that we need to get better at following a lead and letting that man lead. If you want to be with a black man and he's not where you're at yet, the best way for him to learn is to do it. That's why they call it work experience. If you're a server, you have those 3 weeks beforehand where you are practicing, you're barely even getting paid. Work experience. That's why certain people don't even take you on until you've had work experience. Well, relationships are work experience. And if you've never been with a woman that calls you to have leadership in a relationship, not just in business, if you've never been with a woman that calls you to have accountability, not just accountability in business, then it's experience that you may have to learn. So can you allow that man to learn in his own timing, or do you need to tell him how it's supposed to go?
And that's just what it is now. We throw our cards in, a lot of men are giving up. There's some men out there that get some black woman that can get her on the program, but there's a lot, that just deal with the nonsense. And I say, I feel sorry for those brothers. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Other than that, peace out. See you next video.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.